Okay, so we're diving into Palantir and their artificial intelligence platform, AIP.
Right.
You send over this interview with Zach Romano.
Yeah.
He's their former lead in business development.
Right.
And it's a juicy one.
Cool.
So it seems like every company says they're an AI company these days.
Right.
But Palantir says they're doing something different.
Oh, yeah.
So are we looking at a genuine game changer, or is this just another case of AI hype?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because they're not new to data.
Right.
Like their whole reputation is built on data integration and this analysis stuff.
Yeah.
So this isn't like some quick pivot just because ChatGPT is popular right now.
So they're not just slapping an AI sticker on an old product and calling it a day.
Exactly. Romano actually calls AIP an extension of like their core expertise.
Oh.
And their core products, so they're taking these new AI tools and they're integrating them into like the foundation that they've already built.
Okay, that's good. At least they're thinking strategically.
Yeah.
But then they hit us with this ontology approach.
Right.
Honestly, it sounds like they went jargon hunting and brought back a trophy.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for me?
Yeah. The best way I can explain it is imagine this giant disorganized library, right?
Okay.
We're talking books everywhere, no system whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's your data in its raw form.
Okay.
What Palantir is doing with this ontology approach is they're creating the world's most efficient library cataloging system.
Wow.
They're taking all that chaotic information and they're making it so that anyone, anyone can find the knowledge that they need instantly.
Yeah. So it's less getting lost in the stacks and more like walking to the exact book you need?
Exactly. But they don't stop there. With AIP, they're integrating this organization with AI.
Okay.
Romano actually explains that the Gen AI cases, the question is more like, where in that pipeline of all these inputs might you want to ask a natural language question and have that AI help you transform that question into the output driven by the data?
Okay.
Essentially, you don't need to know complex code or queries to get insights.
Yeah.
You can just ask a question using normal language.
Now that's cool.
Yeah.
That's using AI to make information accessible.
Right.
Not just building these tools that only data scientists can understand.
Yeah.
So how are they selling this? How do they get companies on board with this?
They've got kind of an unusual approach. They call it the boot camp.
Boot camp. Does everyone wear camo to the office too?
Not quite.
Okay.
Instead of like long sales pitches with endless PowerPoint slides, they offer these fast-paced, hands-on demonstrations of what AIP can actually do.
Interesting.
It's all about showing, not telling.
So more seeing is believing than trust us, it's amazing.
Exactly.
Okay, I can get behind that.
And Romano says that this lets clients see the value of it right away, and then they can make decisions faster.
Yeah.
He says Palantir has always been very focused on letting the products sell the licenses. The boot camp is a way of extending that to say, we're so confident that we can show you that our product is better than whatever the alternatives are, that not only will we do a pilot, but we can do a pilot in a week or two.
Wow. So they're condensing the entire sales cycle into a week or two.
Yeah, they're that confident.
That's a bold move, but does it pay off?
Well, according to Palantir, they set an initial goal of 500 AIP boot camps in a year.
Okay.
And they ended up doing over 1,300.
Wow, that's a lot of boot camps.
Yes.
They're seeing some serious growth there.
Right.
But can they maintain that and deliver on these promises at the same time?
Right.
I mean, we've all heard the horror stories, AI projects becoming these huge flops.
Right.
How is Palantir, navigating that?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's something they're dealing with themselves.
Right.
So while the numbers are impressive, they're starting to emphasize going deep in production with customers.
Okay.
So it's less about quantity and more about quality.
So instead of chasing every single deal, they're becoming more selective. They're focusing on those use cases where AIP can really shine.
Exactly. They're acknowledging that it's not enough to just get people in the door.
Yeah.
They actually have to solve these business problems with tangible results.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
No business wants an AI toy that doesn't do anything.
Right.
But they're clearly aiming for fast growth.
Yeah.
Landing big contracts.
Yeah.
How do they scale their operations to do that without spreading themselves too thin?
It's really interesting, actually.
So are they going for those huge contracts?
Right.
Or are they grabbing the smaller ones?
Right.
Can they do both?
It's a balancing act, and Romano actually says that.
Okay.
He says there are almost certainly trade-offs going, the more you try to accelerate versus the more you're content to grow less fast, but focus on a higher segment of the market. But they are seeing success in both areas.
Yeah.
Like, they are getting those smaller wins, but they're also talking about 27 contracts worth over $10 million each
Wow.
in just one quarter.
That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, though,
Right.
which way are they really going?
Yeah.
Is it speed or being selective?
Right.
Which one wins?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah.
And they know the downsides of growing too fast.
Right.
Romano actually said that there's this pressure in like the software world to care more about the number of customers
Right.
than if they're actually making money.
Yeah, it's like at those restaurants that open up with a flashy storefront, but the food's just okay. They just want to get you in the door.
Exactly.
They don't care if you come back.
And Romano really emphasized that Palantir is focused on ROI for themselves and for the people they work with.
So they're not just throwing AI at a problem and hoping for the best.
No, they're building solutions that actually make a difference.
Okay.
That have an impact.
So they're betting on a reality check for AI.
Yeah.
Like all this hype is going to go away.
Right.
And then companies are going to be like, wait, why isn't our AI making us any money?
Exactly. And Romano actually predicted that a lot of these AI projects will probably fail.
Yeah.
And then companies will want something that works.
Right.
And that's where he sees a big opportunity for Palantir.
Interesting. So they're okay with not being the loudest in the room.
Yeah.
They'll let others make noise and mistakes,
Right.
and then they'll come in with the solution.
Right.
Bold move.
Yeah.
Are they worried about the competition?
Well, Romano isn't that concerned about other AI startups.
Okay.
He thinks their biggest competition is like Microsoft and Amazon.
Oh, the big guys.
Yeah, the ones with a ton of resources
Yeah.
who can offer a ton of different products.
So it's less about the other AI companies and more about going up against these big ecosystems.
Right. They're putting their faith in being able to offer something more integrated,
Okay.
more tailored to each company.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Romano said that their platform works with a company's current systems
Right.
and helps them connect their data in a way that those bigger companies can't do.
Yeah, it's like that department store versus the boutique.
Right.
Sometimes you just want someone who knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
But tech changes so fast.
Yeah.
What about the future?
Right.
Do they have a plan?
Well, Romano admitted that it's really hard to know what tech will look like in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, trying to predict the future of tech is like reading tea leaves or something.
Yeah, you might see something,
Right.
but who knows if it'll actually happen.
Exactly.
But he seems confident that Palantir will be fine.
Okay.
They've been doing this for a while, and they're not slowing down.
So experience and being able to adapt.
Yeah.
That's their plan.
Right.
Makes sense. But let's talk about what this means for businesses.
Okay.
If this AI bubble pops, what should companies look for when they're trying to find an AI partner?
That's the big question.
So it's like, are you looking for those flashy features and promises, or are you looking for like solutions that'll actually give you a return on what you're spending?
Right. It's about finding a partner that can actually help you, not just someone with buzzwords.
Someone that's not going to sell you a Ferrari when what you need is a truck?
Exactly. And that's what's so interesting about this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's easy to get excited about new tech,
Right.
but it's like any
But
investor.
we got to look beyond the hype.
Yeah.
Ask those tough questions.
Yeah.
Avoid that shiny object syndrome.
Right. So if you're listening and you're thinking about AI,
Yeah.
don't just grab the first thing you see.
Okay.
Do your research.
Right.
Find a partner that understands your business,
Yeah.
your goals, and your data.
Okay.
Somebody that can help you with AI
Mhm.
and give you good results.
And it's okay to experiment a little.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's how we learn.
But be strategic about it.
Okay.
Start small and focus on things where you can see if it's working.
Track those results.
Exactly.
Because a good AI solution isn't about how cool it sounds.
Right.
It's about if it actually solves your problems.
And gets you results.
Exactly. Whether it's efficiency or insights
Yeah.
or, making more money.
Couldn't have said it better.
And on that note, I think that's a wrap for Palantir.
Okay.
Hopefully this was helpful and got you thinking.
It was fun.
Always good to have these deep dives.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep those questions coming and don't believe all the hype.